Well, so for many people, shopping can be a very frustrating experience. And I just happen to be one of these people. So one thing about me is I will try all kinds of excuses, everything I can think of to avoid shopping. I'll endure all manner of inconvenience to be able to just avoid having to actually go out and do shopping. And one of the reasons for this is my personality is I like to research things. I like to, if I'm going to buy something, home electronics or whatever it is, I will research the heck out of it. I will know the features I want. I will know the best prices. I will know the model number, even sometimes the revision number of the product I want. So before I leave the house, I know what I want. And then I go out and I'm looking at Costco, Best Buy, CompUSA if they were still around, and I can't find it. And for me, that's one of the most frustrating things I deal with when I'm shopping is not being able to find what I'm looking for. And this happens every single time. I walk into a store and the sales associate comes up. He's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm looking for this item." "Well, I'm sorry, we don't have that in stock right now, but we can order it for you." And honestly, if I wanted to order it, I'd order it myself. I go to the store for the specific purpose of buying it right there and then. And that's actually my second point. Another frustrating thing for me is annoying sales associates. And they walk up to you and you're looking at this LCD TV or whatever it is you're looking at, and you ask them a question like, "So I'm looking at this TV and does it have this feature, that feature?" I swear, they walk over, pull that card out, look at it, and read it to you. I can read. I have a bachelor's degree. I can freaking read. So annoying. So yeah, can't find what I'm looking for. Annoying sales associates. And on top of that, you have to actually drive there, navigate the parking lots, go through these hordes of sales people and everything else. Actually, you're trying to find what you're looking for, and it's really frustrating. So for me, my solution is to use my home computer. That's my favorite place to shop. Exactly, yeah, sounds really good. Online marketplaces like Amazon.com, Newegg.com provide all the feature descriptions, all the information that I like for researching the features and everything I like. So it really ties in really well for me there. Plus, if I have a question or whatever, I have Google. So no annoying sales staff, I can just look it up on Google. And also, there's a good chance that they'll actually have it. So if I actually go to Best Buy or someplace like that, I most likely will not find what I'm looking for because it's very specific. But online, there's a very good chance of me actually finding it. And best of all, the parking at my home is fantastic. So in conclusion, I just wanted to reiterate that yes, shopping can be a very frustrating experience for people, but it doesn't have to be. With online marketplaces such as Amazon.com and Newegg, they have provided features and user feedback and other tools that can take what is otherwise a frustrating experience and make it enjoyable. Thank you very much. I hate you.
We've seen a theme so far. Mike.
Oh.
Okay, guys that are next week, sorry, you can't use online. All right. What'd you like?
It seemed very comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It was just kind of open, and you just had it pretty much memorized.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Very good reason why he can't stand shopping.
Mm-hmm. He articulated that really well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What else?
Worked with the audience.
Mm-hmm. Played off Joel a little bit. Improvised that a little bit. That was nice. Okay, what else? Did you engage in? Did you connect in with what he said?
Especially the geeks in the room.
The geeks, really?
Especially the Comcast and Best Buy.
The non-geeks, did you connect in?
I did not connect in because I cannot stand shopping without interaction. I want the annoying sales clerk, because who else did I get to talk to today that I didn't talk to every day the last month?
Okay, so you didn't agree with him, but did you engage with what he was talking about? There's a difference.
There is a difference, but I couldn't feel the one thing, so my brain was,
You kept fighting off that. You kept fighting off of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Good point. What else? Anybody else? Other thoughts? Well, how was his introduction?
very good.
For me, the introduction seemed like almost two parts. There was that point when he had to pause and then started into it, and I felt like that was actually a better introduction.
Yeah.
The restart almost was than the first one. And I was able to kind of just take that first part and just dump it and go from there.
The first part was better, or the second part was better?
Second part was
Second part.
better.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the flow. It was that choppiness in the beginning. It kind of, and then it stalled, and everybody's like,
Yeah,
for lack of a better.
my brain went blank. Flat line.
But for us who are wanting you to do well, we're all like, please just remember it.
You can do it, man. You can do it.
And by the time you kick back in again, I was just, you're going, okay, we're good. And then that point, I couldn't tell you what you said at the very beginning.
Kenny.
I liked the way you gave me the information about Amazon.com. New Egg, I've heard about a couple of times, but he kept reiterating that you can go to those places. And if I had more questions, I could go to Google.
Cool. Good.
It's pretty detailed.
Yeah. Luke, I got to tell you, when you stumbled at the beginning, what I liked is you recovered.
You didn't let it stop.
You didn't just stall and freak out and lose your cool and die for the rest of the talk. You got back on the horse and you whipped that sucker into shape and moved forward. You also didn't so make a big deal about it that you drew attention away from where you were going to the fact that you'd stumbled. Everybody's going to stumble. And it's even okay to go, wow, my brain just went blank, and jump back on the horse. You get back on the horse and you ride, and that's what you did. And I really appreciated that, because it's too easy at that point to just lose all nerve and go, cry to your mama. And you did. You went on. The other thing that you did really well, another thing that you did really well, and it's been mentioned, is you used repetition. You repeated your points, you kind of built your case. I don't know that I would use my first point because that starts to feel a bit mechanical, but the repetition started to lock it in our memories of, oh, he's talking about that, then he's talking about that, then he's talking about that, and we saw your flow. We could see it, we knew that you knew where you were going, and that we got there. Did you run out of time?
No.
Okay. The reason I ask is at the end you added in briefly a couple points that were distracting that if you would have built would have been strengths. But we're like, huh? You talked about online reviews. And
along those lines, I actually forgot to mention them earlier. And so that was, because I was planning to actually talk about them earlier.
In contrast to the salespeople who don't have a clue.
But that didn't come out, so.
And at that point, leave it. Yeah. Unless you're able to bring yourself back, repeat, and make it work. We knew you were winding down, and then suddenly you're, oh yeah, and they have reviews, and it felt more like noise coming in than I would have just dropped it off, and everybody would have been like, yeah, you didn't have to deal with the pushy guy kind of thing. Well done. I really appreciate the fact that you rode that horse. You got back on it, you told it where it was going to go, and you did it. Because everybody's going to stumble at some point. I don't know anybody, public speaking, that at some point hasn't had some embarrassing moment. I've had my fly down, so,
So now,
I don't care. The other thing that I would tell you, Luke, is you very easily could have done this.
Yeah.
You knew what you were talking about, and what you did is you did that, but you worked over here. And that felt weird because you're on one side of the room. So by simply just going, I don't need this thing, and we're all going to chat here together in your low-key way, would have been very effective and powerful. This is not a necessity, it's a prop to hold notes. That's all it is. It's not a fortress. It's not your hiding. It's not a blanket.
I feel I can hide behind.
So anyway, that just as I watched him, like, he doesn't need it. And even if you are loosely on notes, like I've got my notes because there's a part I might forget, still going over here, walking over, glancing, and keeping going if you're only going to do that once or twice is wonderful. So don't be afraid to just lose the whole thing. But good job. Good job. All right, next up, we have Mr. Rob.